The Artist Residence in Brighton, a 9-bedroom B&B which 4 years ago was run by a full-time student just in Salisbury.
Hello, Artist Residence.
The seaside hotel was bought by Justin's mother, who planned to run it herself. But a tragic accident left her incapacitated and the business in trouble.
Things were very bad. When they took out the lease on this, it costs a fair amount of money. You couldn't just leave it dormant.
Justin had created a unique art hotel, decorated and staffed by up-and-coming young artists.
The aim is to create an environment which is full of art in every single way.
In return for their services, they got accommodation at the hotel, a small wage,
Yeah, that's great. When would you be checking in?
and the freedom to be creative.
They live here and they work here. They can use the space, to do whatever they need to do, as long as we can operate the hotel.
4 years ago, Hotel Inspector Alex Polizzi was called in to help stop the family dream from becoming a nightmare.
When I first went to the artist residence, it had been billed to me as a boutique hotel, but it was anything but. It was run by 21-year-old Justin, who I felt was running it very, very badly. Added on to that was a terrible level of cleanliness. It was disgusting.
I almost had to stop doing this business. The hotel has been running at a loss.
There was pathetic occupancy
Near zero, basically.
and very bad reviews. However cheap the rooms were, they still weren't cheap enough. It was obvious that this was a hotel that was really in trouble.
It's just about staying alive, really. There's so much stuff at stake here.
The family business was hanging by a thread. The artist residence was in desperate need of a renaissance. 4 years ago, in a last bid for survival, Justin had called on the hotel inspector. Alex Polizzi has run some of the most exclusive establishments in the world. But turning this fledgling business around would be one of her biggest challenges.
First impressions are not great. It's pretty grubby. The glass on the front door is absolutely dingy. It's filthy. Then you've got this truly repulsive, elongated heads. There is also a flying squirrel who looks as if he's in extreme pain. That has got to go. I mean, I would look at that and turn and flee if I was coming to check in here.
The entrance was less than entrancing, a world away from the boutique hotel promised on the artist residence website.
Justin?
Hi,
Alex
nice to meet you. Come in, please.
Thank you so much.
To really understand what was dragging the hotel down, Alex stayed the night. The hotel had a gallery space that doubled as a breakfast room and 9 ensuite bedrooms, which had all been individually designed by a different artist.
Can I help you with your bag, please?
Thank you. Lovely.
What's your impressions?
Quite overwhelming, actually.
Okay.
Alex was booked into room 5, double priced at £80 a night.
Thank you.
This is our original artist-inspired bedroom.
OK. Very interesting. Says me not quite sure what to say. This goes against every kind of basic rule of hotel rooms, which is that they should be calming.
But you'll be surprised how many people do like it.
It's certainly interesting.
Yes. Here's your key.
Thank you.
Take it.
Actually, the art has very little to do about why I find the room unacceptable. The furniture has nothing to do with anything that's on the walls, and so there are these collection of disparate objects. I mean, who on earth thinks that this is a good idea with that on the walls? What on earth is that bottle with shells on doing on that chair? The curtains, floral curtains in this very modernist room, and these repulsive Egyptian cushions. I'm really struggling with this as an idea.
The medley of junk and charity shop furniture was upstaging the art. As Alex probed deeper, she found a similar story.
These things just do not belong together, and that is what's upsetting. It feels that no one with any eye has actually made any effort to make it harmonious.
The artist residence website promised a boutique hotel experience no less than 3 times, but Alex found it failed to live up to its billing.
Well, this room looks half finished. It is, however, actually a letting room. Once again, you've got a completely inappropriate bedspread. Everywhere looks slightly dirty, slightly tacky. I mean, look at that light. It's absolutely filthy. Well, if he was selling the rooms for 15 quid a night and so young teenage runaways could stay here, I'm sure they'd be perfectly happy. But that is not the market that he's appealing to. What else can I say? On your website, you mentioned the word boutique 3 times. That's not the impression I got. Certainly, as a hotelier, it would not be what I consider to be boutique.
But I think if you ask the average person that goes to stay in a hotel once in a while, if you ask them a definition of boutique hotel, I think they would just think it's a hotel that's slightly different.
No, they wouldn't.
No?
They would think it's an extremely top-end environment. People expect a certain level of cleanliness, hospitality, of course friendliness, but I think that you should not call yourself a boutique hotel because you're immediately disappointing people the moment that they walk through that front door.
As the light drained from the night sky, so did Alex's confidence in Justin.
Justin just isn't capable of doing this. He thinks he has this great, wonderful concept, but he hasn't been able to execute it properly. Don't even get me started on the boutique hotel tag. I don't think that people would even want to spend £20 a night to stay here. There is no guiding principle, and that is what every hotel needs.
And after one night's sleep in room 5, Alex was even more convinced that Justin's art hotel wasn't worthy of the name.
Woke up this morning and I thought I would make myself a cup of tea. However, when faced with this, I decided against it. That's so monkey. This isn't just lack of housekeeping, it's real disrespect of a paying guest who comes into this room.
Next on the agenda, breakfast.
So this is the Kandinsky-inspired breakfast, which seems to mean very cheap supermarket bread. So a few canisters of cereals, orange juice, help yourself to tea and coffee. I must say, I would think that most people who come to Brighton would expect a bit more than this, especially if they're paying £80 a room.
Alex had seen enough. It was time to confront Justin with a few home truths. The epicentre of Alex's discontent were the £80 a night rooms, so she dragged Justin in there to read him the riot act.
Right, well, the first thing I have to say to you is, actually, I think it's quite a nice idea. It's a shame you're doing it so bloody badly. There's such discord in this room that actually this feels very much like a student flat. I have no argument with the art. Actually, I just think you're doing the art a disservice, and I think you're doing the artists a disservice.
Alex had her work cut out trying to make Justin see the light. Next, she wanted to tackle the so-called Kandinsky breakfast.
It's a real insult to call it a Kandinsky-inspired breakfast. I have no problem with it only being continental, but then if you do, the elements have to be good. A very good option is that you could do, like, breakfast in a bag, and it's delivered to your room, and you have a croissant in it, and an apple or banana, and a can of juice. Try and be a bit more conceptual about it. This is just a bit shoddy, isn't it?
It is, I agree. The paper bag idea is very good, actually.
You like that?
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
Another blot on the hotel's landscape, the confused and chaotic frontage.
So I brought you out the front because I think you're sending a lot of mixed messages. It doesn't look like somewhere funky. You've got those kind of bamboo blinds. You also see that nasty terracotta thing, which looks like it's just been kicked in the nuts. And you've got one chance, that first chance to impress people, and I think you're missing it.
Justin had painted himself into a corner. creating a hotel that appealed neither to the art crowd nor to the regular Brighton traveller. Alex had a plan to bring the business back from the brink.
To improve what you're offering, we have to look at three quite distinct areas. First of all is the coherence of the whole. So that means you deciding whether you are a kind of art hotel and making a few value judgments about the stuff that's lying around and editing stuff down. I think you need to look at every room as if it's a kind of installation by an artist. The second thing is, I think you need to be assuming the mantle of the person in charge, taking responsibility for some of the things that are here. So I think that when you come, you do need to check the rooms. You need to see what maintenance needs doing. Finally, I want you to do some research into breakfast. You know, Brighton is an incredibly hip and happening place, and you've got amazing suppliers here. And I think you're letting yourself down dramatically on your breakfast, OK? At the moment, I don't think you're being a very good patron of the arts or a very good hotelier.
Sure.
Does that sound fair?
Sounds extremely fair, yeah. Just need to try a bit harder with everything.
For me, the hotel side of things, I think anybody can run a hotel, but to run a really good hotel is extremely difficult.
But I have been doing this only 1 year. I am 21.
So I think as such, it's more of a fine-tuning job.
I think Justin needs a rocket up his arse. The fact that he's only 21 just doesn't wash with me. I suppose I've realised that what I really have to do is turn the boy Justin into a man.
If Justin was going to get a master's from the University of Polizzi, he'd need to raise the bar significantly. Lesson 1, a field trip. Brighton's Hotel Pelirocco, run by business partners Mick Robinson and Jane Slater, is a world-famous themed hotel aimed at a similar urban market to the one Justin craves. If Justin wanted his concept to work, he had some stiff competition on his doorstep.
This is the Jamie Reed Magic Room. This ties in with the artists' stuff that you're doing, because Jamie Reed was a famous artist in the punk era. You have to get the basics right, and we like to always keep a very high standard of cleanliness, and I think that's essential.
This is like a housekeeper's job description, how you clean a room, and there's a certain order you do it in. And then, after they've been cleaned, the head housekeeper then rechecks everything, from the skirting boards to the way the bed's been made, and only once they've done that will the head housekeeper sign it.
Definitely
It's
works.
not just like cleaning your bedroom at home.
Exactly. I mean, that's why this hotel works, you know.
The detail.
Yeah.
It was an eye-opener for Justin. He'd begun to realise there was a lot more to running a hotel than just sitting back and letting it happen.
So, you know, boring stuff is stuck in my head, really. Stuff like having proper systems in place with the laundry and the cleaning rota. You know, it's things like that that really make a good hotel. I'm going to be checking the rooms every time I come down. So, yeah, it does start from the top.
A few weeks later, Alex was back in Brighton to check on developments.
Well, I'm pretty amazed that he hasn't bothered to clean the glass yet. It's absolutely filthy. You can barely see in. There hasn't really been any change, and I was hoping that I was going to see a really big difference when I came here, but I certainly don't. Justin.
Hello.
How are you?
Come in.
Thank you. So how's everything been in general?
Yeah, well, I've taken a lot of what you've said on board.
Yeah.
So I think you should be impressed.
OK. I'm not massively impressed by how filthy the glass is in your front door.
But it is a very torrid day today, weather-wise, so...
It would put me off walking in.
Yeah, and as I said, it's a work in progress.
I see you've got some stuff out here for me to have a look at. Do you want to talk me through it?
OK, well, we're going to take on the idea of the breakfast in a bag. So the idea was that they would have a selection of either apple juice or orange juice.
Yeah.
And possibly we're looking at some sort of granola or some kind of nutty snack that people would generally like, seeds.
At least you've really thought about this. I'm very pleased.
While there had been inroads with the breakfast, Justin had failed to address the more pressing issue of the rooms.
So when you went to the Pellerocco, they gave you a cleaning routine that they use, and they also talked to you about how they manage the checking of the rooms. Did you find that helpful?
Yes, of course, because previously we didn't have anything like that at all. So now, I mean, we just follow exactly what they do, and it's working reasonably well.
OK, just from here I can see, Dale, that, you know, this definitely needs attention. There's hoovering that needs doing.
No, I mean, you know what, I don't even know whether this room's actually finished yet because we haven't seen the sheet.
Alex needed to see more urgency.
The rate of change is glacial, and I think at this point now, you know, if we're going to achieve what I really want to, you've got to get everyone signed up. On my side, I'm going to arrange for a local artist to come in and do one of your rooms. I would like you to be able to see what a properly finished room should look like.
Sure.
On your side of things, however, I feel incredibly strongly that you have got to start tackling some of the schlock that's about. I've put myself on the line and I've asked a leading professional in the art curating world to come here and to give you some advice. I don't want her to turn up and think that this looks like a bedsit. Yeah?
When is she arriving?
Within the next couple of weeks. There is still so much to do here at the artist's residence, and I don't think that Justin still completely grasps the scale of the change that I'm asking of him. I don't think any business can continue to fail as miserably as this one's doing. It's failing as a hotel, and it's also failing as an art gallery. And Justin has now got to really pull his finger out and make sure that things happen a bit more quickly. So success or failure, it's up to him.
The hotel inspector's plan was to resurrect the fortunes of the artist residence by commandeering 2 rooms, providing Justin with a blueprint to roll out across the rest of the hotel. Alex had drafted in a local Brighton artist to redesign room 8. She was hoping a refit of the 2 chosen rooms would act as a template to show Justin the level of finish required. While Alex's team worked on the new rooms, Justin, at last, appeared to be adopting a more businesslike approach.
She wants this place to be better, you know, and so do I. So she's told me what we need to do, and I think we should respond to that in the right manner.
He's coming down more regularly and things like that, so we get it's more hands-on. Hello, artist residence.
The breakfast bags were now in action. And Justin employed a handyman to get to grips with the very long list of maintenance jobs. Alex returned, keen to see the changes for herself, especially in the new rooms. Room 5 was once a mumbo-jumbo of vibrant art, clashing with Oriental furniture and Egyptian cushions. The room now allowed the art to breathe, but still provided the guest with the level of comfort they expected from an £80 room.
Great! This looks so much better. Are you pleased with it?
I am pleased, yeah. Well, I mean, all of this furniture really accentuates the art and you don't want to distract it. So, yeah, I've learned. It's a good template, anyway, for the other rooms.
I think I've stayed true to your concept, but, you know, just lifting it, make it a bit more grown up. Yeah?
Yeah.
Room 8 had gone from dingy and dishevelled to a light and airy space, complete with its own bespoke wall painting of a Brighton scene.
Wow. Well, I think this is more like it. I really love this.
I'm really happy. I mean, he's really thought about it.
But, you know, who wouldn't like sleeping in this room? I mean, it's really high quality.
With the hotel side of the operation finally falling into place, it was time to tackle its other problem child, the art.
Justin has made no attempt to curate any aspect of the art. Anyone who wants to can come and put their pieces up or paint over something, but it's very haphazard.
Alex had called on renowned curators art-wise to give Justin some professional advice. Susie Allen and Deanna Vanagan have curated exhibitions in some of the country's leading galleries.
I'm very nervous that Justin is now going to try and bluff his way through this next meeting. However, I'm hoping that it's going to give him the shake-up that he really needs and that he takes this opportunity to embrace the criticism and not find excuses and not find explanations and just shut up, take it like a man and say that he'll do better in the future.
So as not to colour the experts' opinions, Alex left Justin to fend for himself.
So this is the gallery here.
Okay.
What do you think of it?
I mean, my first impression from it, I have to be very honest with you here, is it's a bit higgledy-piggledy.
There just seems to be too much going on, everything from sort of the mouldings to the mirrors to the sort of partition of the wall ending to the, it just sort of, there's quite a lot that the work on the walls is competing with.
You can't call it an art hotel. You really, really can't.
Right, so what do you think of this space?
Crap. I mean, I think it would be much better if you absolutely had nothing here. Think minimal. I mean, it's a disaster land, to be quite honest, in there. He's got to clear everything. He's actually got to start really from scratch, but he's got a long way to go before that.
He's got incredible amounts of work to do.
How did it go with Deanna and Susie? Were they very critical?
Yes, they were extremely critical, but I mean, quite right too. I mean, I'm not doing the artwork much justice, let's be honest, which has got to change, and it will, straight away.
OK, because I'm going to challenge you to put on a good private view. I want to get a kind of buzz going about the artist residence, which will help you in time for next season. Yeah? Does that make sense?
It does completely, yeah.
It was a make-or-break event, and Alex left Justin with a lot on his palate.
I would like to see a bit more trepidation. I would like to see a bit more anxiety. You know, he is his usual suave, charming self, and I need more than that from him. I need to see some guts.
If Justin could get his act together, the event would put the hotel on the map and make it the destination of choice for anyone arty. Alex is back to make sure the night went right.
I'm never confident with Justin that he's going to do what I ask of him. He's quite a slippery customer to deal with. Today's really important, and I don't want Justin to fall flat on his face, but it's really up to him whether this succeeds or not. Well, this looks better.
In the stairwells, Justin had taken the curator's advice, stripping out the crowded cacophony, converting it to a blank canvas that gave the art rooms beyond far greater impact. Downstairs had been transformed from untidy breakfast rooms filled with badly hung pictures to a spacious and professional gallery.
It's so exciting. I can't believe it. Hi, this is so exciting.
I know it is, isn't it?
I'm really, really impressed. I wasn't sure whether you were actually going to do everything that you said you would, but you've pulled it out of the bag.
The decor was impressive, but as the critical private view approached, the young upstart got a pep talk on the subject of being a good host.
This is really important. You know, here, at this moment, you're the proprietor of a hotel. Yeah. I'm not interested in your student life. This is you in a professional capacity. No faffing, just be very incisive.
OK, yeah, understand.
OK.
Justin needed to raise his game substantially if he was going to sell his hotel to the arty glitterati. Among the art crowd were the curators from Artwise. The last time they saw the hotel, they were fiercely critical.
Hello!
Hello! Hello, Alex. Wow! What a transformation!
Bit of change.
But the big turnout left Justin overwhelmed.
Too many people, it's so busy in there.
And underperforming.
Everyone knows to talk to, there's a lot of people.
You have to go up and say, I'm Justin, this is my hotel.
Yeah.
He has got to sell his place. He's got to be charming. He's got to be professional. I'm not entirely sure that he's capable of doing this. If he's not, then he's going to fall flat on his face and it'll be very embarrassing for all of us.
Thankfully, Justin began to rise to the occasion.
have a look around and let us know what you think as well. My name's Justin. Justin, yeah. Okay, Justin.
He started plugging his product.
Take care and have a drink. Okay, cool. Yeah, we actually have some open rooms as well.
On the verge of too much, possibly.
And his guests seemed impressed.
You've actually got some really important artists hanging here.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that's incredible.
I think it's just brilliant to be able to sleep in a comfortable bed in a room that's also like waking up in sort of the Tate Modern.
Everyone I've talked to so far has been very positive. Some shakers and movers in Brighton who are incredibly enthusiastic.
After a shaky start, the event had been a roaring success.
What do you think?
Well, there's a lot of people.
You don't look very happy about that.
I know. I'm very, very happy that all these people have come to see the hotel. It's great for publicity. They can see all the bedrooms, see what our exhibitions are about.
For the purpose that we had, which was to introduce the new revived artist residence, this has worked perfectly. Because what we wanted to do was show everybody that a leaf has turned.
Yeah.
And this is the new you. I never thought when I first came and visited here that I'd be walking out of here with a big smile on my face, but I am.
Thank you so much.
The artist residence as a place to stay is now transformed, and I think that everyone involved in it now has a much clearer idea how to go forward with it as a success. So that is what we set out to achieve, and we've done it.
Alex has left a very lasting impression on this place. I've accepted I can't keep on making excuses, and I just feel like now it's going from strength to strength. There's something that I can really hold my head up proud about.
Four years have now passed since Alex's last visit, and it's a very different picture at the artist residence.
The more I look back, we really were absolutely clueless. It was taking the business probably a bit like a joke, so it was really necessary for Alex to come and solve our problems.
In that time, this Brighton B&B has gone from clumsy to cutting edge. Working alongside girlfriend and business partner Charlie, the artist residence has grown up.
Room 2A?
2 and 1. One of the great things about working with, Charlie is that, she does throw a challenge to me constantly.
We're very similar-minded, but we've also got very different skills, and I think that's why we work well together.
So should we do checks first? It's become us now. It's what we are.
Alex had been keen to see Justin take a much more hands-on approach to the business. And it certainly paid off, with excellent occupancy rates and glowing reviews.
When Alex first walked through the door 4 years ago, we were getting consistently terrible reviews. I think one of them described us as the worst hotel in the UK. And kind of 4 years on now, we are getting, regularly 5-star reviews on online bookings, getting really loyal customers coming back. We've got a second guest house in Cornwall. We've expanded the one in Brighton, so things are going really well.
But while everything is sunny in Brighton, Justin and Charlie are about to take a gamble on a new hotel project. And they've invited Alex Polizzi to a Pimlico pub that they hope will do big business.
It's a whole new game for us, and it is London. All eyes are going to be on us when we open it.
This new business proposal is a big step up from anything they've done before. The size of the site, their client base, and what they'll be offering will be much more complicated. So I'm really hoping that they're going to be grown up enough to manage it.
Things have moved quite quickly since day one when Alex was here, 4 years ago. Opportunities have just seemed to fall in our lap.
We're very, very excited about our new opportunity in Pimlico.
The Clarendon pub is tucked away on a tranquil tree-lined street close to London's Victoria Station.
Pimlico is a very well-heeled area, so they're going to be expecting something that's quite mature, and so we've really got to step up to that.
With 500 square feet over 5 floors to convert into an all-day venue offering food, drink and accommodation, Justin and Charlie are hoping Alex will have some straight-talking advice on their new Pimlico project.
It is completely new to me. It's got food, drink. You know, it's a restaurant with rooms, essentially. And I've got to learn every single bit of that.
Hi!
Come in. Very nice to see you.
Lovely to see you.
Good to
Hi,
see you
Justin.
again. Mwah, mwah.
Gosh,
So,
This is a big venture, really, for you, isn't it? It's a kind of another step.
Yeah.
And quite a big financial commitment, I imagine.
yes, it is. Our plans are to refurbish it to have 9 luxury rooms.
And you're doing food, which you've never done before. And believe you me, you can lose your shirt on food easier than you can anything else. I mean, I quite often go to hotels and advise them to close their restaurants. It's a kind of big commitment. And so I'm excited for you. I'm quite nervous and I'm dying to have a look around. So come on.
Okay, shall we?
Okay, lead on.
With Alex's words ringing in their ears, it's time to head upstairs, where the bespoke luxury bedrooms will be created.
So, this is the floor we're on.
lovely.
So what we're doing is having the bed over there.
Yeah.
Facing that.
With so much at stake, the hotel inspector is keen that Justin and Charlie think through every stage of the development.
This is going to be open plan, so it will have a lovely arch that frames the freestanding roll-top bath. But of course, the shower and the WC will all be enclosed.
Okay, lovely.
I'm all for use of colour. I think that's essential, especially somewhere like here that wants to be fun and yet high-end at the same time. Colour's a great way to introduce that sense of playfulness.
Yeah.
And it doesn't detract from the kind of formality of the service. But you can't afford to make a mistake here. Don't be too clever, is what I'm saying. Remember, it's not a house.
Yeah.
What you have to think about is maintenance. That is going to be one of your biggest expenses. And the more high-end and the more paper you use, you know, every time you use something that may chip or may tear and that you can't just touch up, that's an immense cost that comes off your bottom line.
Yeah.
You've got this wonderful size of property, and it's, you know, I'm very impressed with both of you. I think it's fantastic what you're planning, but just always say to yourself, this is a place of business. You know, what we need to do is turn a profit.
Alex is impressed by the scale of Justin and Charlie's plans.
I think, in general, this is a very ambitious step up for you. Which is not to say that I don't think you can do it. I just think the rooms are going to be an easy bit. You know, you are going to be pitching to a very different crowd here in the capital. What I think is the most important is going to be the food and beverage operation, though, because that will really be the heart of the building, and that will give it the kind of clamour and glamour that you need to make it an appealing place to come.
Encouraged by Justin and Charlie's vision and determination, Alex now wants them to understand the importance of the high level of service that such a hotel in such an area would expect. She has a plan that will road test Justin's new grown-up attitude and is taking them to a renowned public house and hotel nearby to see just how he'll cope under pressure.
Last time I saw you, you were very hands-off with your management style. You're much more confident now and you're much more involved. And I suppose I just want to see the change.
Sure.
So what I'd like you to do is have a look at the menu, have a look at the wine list, and especially the wines by the glass.
Right.
I'm going to get some guests to come in, and I'm going to get you to find out how you can help them.
Okay.
It's time for Justin to step up to the plate.
Starters, pizzas, salads, mains, sides, children's
For the little ones, Sunday roast.
4 years ago, I really did think that Justin behaved as if he knew it all, and there's been a big change since then. They seem quite aware of the gaps in their own knowledge with this new venture.
Drinks, it's interesting, they have cocktails, champagne and sparkling, white, rosé, red.
And what they're about to embark on is a huge risk, however you look at it. If it goes wrong and if they don't make it succeed, they'll be looking at a big bill, and I think it will really shake their confidence.
Have you memorised it all now?
Just about.
They can't afford to cock it up. So I'm hoping that in a small way here, I'm going to put them through their paces.
Alex's guests have arrived, and Justin is keen to make a big impact.
Late lunch.
Obviously, the thing to ask is, do you want still water or sparkling water?
We're starving.
Okay.
Thank you.
Do you have another menu? Here's some bread for your table.
Thank you. Great.
Have you had enough time to look at the menu?
Can I order off the menu for the mains?
Order off the menu, sorry.
Can I have something else, something that's not on the menu?
What do you prefer today?
Do you have lobster?
Lobster today.
What that meant was, can I order something that's not on the menu? Now, Justin said yes, of course, but didn't really know what that meant.
Yep. What wine would you recommend with that?
Okay, what wine would I recommend?
I know it's a bit of a kind of odd mix, isn't it?
Yes.
What I'd say is, if you're not sure, go and ask someone who knows.
Do you do any vegan main courses?
Presumably, I think the summer beans we could make into a large portion for you.
Just a big plate of beans?
Yeah.
A bowl of beans.
Big bowl of beans we could make.
Right. Okay. To be honest, that's not really floating my boat. I mean, can you do that? Can you do a vegan?
So what you'd say is, of course I can do something for you. I'll go and talk to the chef and see what he suggests.
A baptism of fire in a culinary cauldron for Justin, but Alex remains positive about their future.
There are gaps in your knowledge which you yourselves are only too aware of, and I think it's just a question of how you plug them and how you make sure that the learning curve at the Clarendon is as short and as shallow as possible. I think 4 years ago, my opinion of Justin was rather challenged. All this time later, I see a different man before me. I'm really impressed and inspired by the fact that him and Charlie have really gone for their dream. They've worked incredibly hard at achieving this vision. They've had a bit of luck and a lot of hard work, obviously. They're very willing to learn, take advice, and I think that's something that I don't see often enough. I don't want to underestimate how hard this opening is going to be for Justin and Charlie, but I honestly think that if they can get this opening under their belt and make a success of this hotel, the future is very bright for them.
Alex has definitely left us feeling very energised, very enthused. I think what she's also done, though, is make us focus on what we're doing, reevaluate it, perhaps take a step back and look at actually what we're doing and the way to proceed with how we want to do things.
Yeah, I mean, I hope Alex, now that she's left, thinks that I'm no longer a boy and now a man.